I have the Calevera palette from Gourmande Girls. This one was just announced. I also have a bunch of new makeup to test out. So if you want to see me chat about some new releases, then just keep watching. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. My name is KARENHARRIS. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on YouTube. I do post quite often, so I highly recommend subscribing, turning on the bell so you're notified every time I post, and without further blabbering, let's get into it. So if there's one thing I have an abundance of, it's makeup right now, but one thing I don't have a lot of is time. Anyways, I've just been buying Sephora new releases, indie releases, all of the things, and my friend Angie was talking about how she really liked the Tower 28 powder. I said I wasn't gonna buy it, but I was very curious because honestly, when I saw people using this in like Instagram posts and videos and stuff like that, I did think it was kind of interesting. I really liked how it like mattified, so I was very curious about it. So I got it in the shade Bala Boa Banana, and this is the Get Set Blur Set Pressed powder from Tower 28. It is a net weight of 0.35 ounces. I can definitely link it for you guys in the description box. But basically it says this blurring, skin brightening, talc-free pressed powder makes my base transfer proof and sweat resistant in one touch. A gentle alternative to setting spray. It's alcohol-free, non-drying, and infused with hydrating squalane for a never flat, modern matte finish that lasts. So I keep saying I don't want to buy any more powders because I have so many, but Tower 28 is one of those brands I really enjoy, so I thought let me just go ahead and try it. And my favorite under eye setting brush, I'm just gonna run this on the under eyes. I don't have any powder on here right now, so this is a side with the powder, and then this side is powder free. So let me know if you guys are noticing anything. I do have the LYS concealer on right now and the Tear foundation. Honestly, I just feel like my dark circles are just like popping right now, so I feel a little bit underwhelmed by the powder. And this isn't gonna be a wear test video because it is now 9:07 at night, and my plan is to just film this video and then go upstairs, take a shower, and get to bed. It's gonna be a crazy week because it's our anniversary this week. Actually, the day you're seeing this video, I'm filming this a little bit in advance, but I feel like it's just gonna whiz by, so I wanted to get ahead of the curve and film something. So we'll see. I'll definitely try out the powder some more, and as always, I do update you guys in videos when I'm using products. Like, I tend to try them out multiple times and give you my feedback as I go along. Anyway, we're here for the palette, of course. This is the Calevera palette from Gourmande Girls, and this is launching on Friday the 27th at 10 a.m. Central Time, which is my time zone. I do have a discount code with the brand. It's KHMAKEUP. They did kindly send this palette my way, and I want to show you guys some close-ups and swatches because I thought this palette was very fun. I think this is the biggest palette I've ever seen Gourmande Girls do. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is it. And this is a 25 pan palette, and we've got lots of shadows. So take a look and see. Basically, the theme of the palette is the Day of the Dead, and it's dedicated to the owner of Gourmande Girls' grandparents. The names are in the palette, so I don't know if I should say this or not, but they did tell me Antonio and Paulina are the grandparents, and I thought that was so beautiful that she was able to dedicate some of the shades in this palette to her grandparents. And it's spooky season, and I don't believe Day of the Dead and Halloween are connected. They just happen to be around the same time of the year, so I get why that's confusing because in my culture we don't celebrate the Day of the Dead, so I don't know too much about it, but I did Google the meaning of the name, and it's actually the word for skull. And I'm not sure if it's specifically these colorful skulls that I see all the time when it comes to Day of the Dead, and when people dress up, I think it's so beautiful, like the artwork. So I thought that was really cool to learn about. And then just to talk about this palette really quick, it has 25 shades, like I said. So big palette, 19 mattes, one kind of like satin matte. It's the black shade that has the shimmers in it. The shade name is Candle, I believe. I swear, I don't know what's going on with my eyesight, but it's really hard for me to read these like foiled shadow names, and especially with script, it gets really hard for me to read. But anyways, I believe this is a satin matte, so it's a black shadow, a black matte shadow with lots of red sparkles in it. We've got a beautiful purple metallic shade. That's the only metallic shade in the palette. And then we have two, what I would describe as duochromes, Unity and Fuego, I think it is. It's like a fiery orange and a beautiful purpley blue. And then we have two shades that I think are either triochromes or potentially multichromes. There's one like fiery color and then another bluey purple shade. So those are absolutely gorgeous. I am definitely feeling the fall spirit. So I think I'm going to do like a red, orange, yellow look with this beautiful multi-chrome shade all over the lid. If you haven't seen the update, I was feeling a little bit under the weather this past week, and all of a sudden I'm feeling like there's a tickle in my throat. So I do apologize, but I'm going to start off with this beautiful red matte. These shades are quite a bit powdery, so just keep that in mind when you're picking it up on the brush. I'm just going to run that in the crease. So since you're watching this on my wedding anniversary, it's our 8-year anniversary, I would love to hear from y'all. What's your best marriage advice, relationship advice? Let me know down in the comments. I would love to read that. I just feel like people always have such interesting things to say, such interesting stories to share when I ask you guys these questions. So definitely let me know if you have any great dating advice, marriage advice. I feel like I have a mix when it comes to my subscribers. We've got single girls that are dating. We've got all types of folks. So I would love to hear from y'all. Some stories, some wisdom if you've been married for a long time. I love hearing from y'all. So let me know. And then I take that orange shade. I'm using it to help soften the red a little bit, but we'll see how it does. I feel like I haven't sat down and filmed in so long. I have so many videos I need to catch up on, and honestly, I feel bad. I don't want to say I don't have the time, but I kind of feel like I've had to try and prioritize my time spent with the kiddos, and like with winter coming around, I've been trying to get outside as much as I can with them. And then my biggest change has been that my childcare has changed a little bit. So our babysitter has more classes this semester than her previous schedule. So the only day I have her is Thursdays. It's really hurt my filming schedule, which it's crazy how just having her come 2 days can help me out so much. So now I have to use the days I have her to do like all my errands and appointments and stuff like that. I'm definitely not telling you guys this to complain. I'm just letting you in on what's going on with me. So if you're like, where's new makeup releases? Karen, you usually post that on Tuesdays. Well, that's because it worked with my babysitter's schedule, and now it doesn't work with her schedule. So I don't know when I'm gonna post that video, if I should move it, if I should like just keep it on Tuesdays and just film it after my kids go to bed. It just gives me like such a short window, and those videos take a really long time to like edit because there's so many like assets that go into it. So I'm still unsure of what I'm gonna do. Yeah, in a perfect world, you know, it's like everything goes as you intended, but sometimes that's not always the case. So I'm trying to do the best I can, but I just wanted to keep you guys in the loop because I am one of those people that beats myself up when I like commit to something and then I can't do it the same way anymore. I get kind of hard on myself, but it's just like, it's just a video. Like, if it doesn't go up, it doesn't go up, and I have to just be okay with that because I'm also not trying to like stretch myself too thin, you know what I mean? But I definitely feel guilty when I don't get things up when I've committed to them. So love how that's looking. It's very contrasty right now, but I think once we get all the shades on there, we'll be able to blend a little bit more. I've been blending a ton. These mattes blend really well. So I'm going to go into this gorgeous multi-chrome. I think it's a multi-chrome. It's like fiery. You guys will see it in action when I put it on my lid. But yeah, I didn't know what to expect with this palette because I was like, oh my gosh, this is a really big palette. It's very colorful. It's got pastels. We've got jewel tones. So they really like did a little bit of everything. So I wasn't sure what to expect. But so far, it's a lovely palette and it's so fun to see Gourmande Girls just like cranking them out because I know they did some of those palettes recently, like the Gourmande size palette, the beautiful like pastry palette, and then they did 2 palettes with Ladybug Glow. I really, really like how that turned out. I still love the shade of eyeliner from Melt. This is Rich Brown. It's so pretty. It has like a red undertone to it. I love this shade. Okay, so for the lower lash line, I'm going to go into this shade and we're just going to run that all over the lower lash line. It's like a really pretty burgundy tone and it's working perfectly with blending into the crease. Okay, I think I'm just gonna leave that. Usually I do multiple colors in the lower lash line, but I really like how that one works. And then for the inner corner, I thought it would be fun to use this pretty like matte yellow shade, and I'm gonna give it a little spray and see how it builds up on the inner corner. Okay, so the eye look is done. It just needs some mascara, but before that, I do want to try out some new blushes. So I did pick up the blush set from Tarte, and this is the deeper set. So this is the Stay Golden Amazonian Clay Cheek Set, and this retails for $45 with a retail value of $80. Honestly, I never thought I would live to see a day where I bought another blush collection like this from Tarte, but back in the day, I mean, I'm pretty sure you can go back on my channel and find. I loved buying this particular set from Tarte, and I also loved buying their blush palette. So let's be real, I've always been a blush demon. And I just thought these shades looked so interesting, so I had to grab this. And of course I was kicking myself because at the end of the Ulta 21 days, they did 20% off all of Tarte, and these were discounted. So hopefully you guys grabbed them, but let's go ahead and look at the shades because I think this is so fun. So this is Poise. It's such a pretty brown shade, and back in the day, Tarte would only do one set of these blushes, and it was always these like mauve colors, but I was just so into collecting them. Like, I had so many of these. I don't know what I did. I don't know. I think I might have sold them on Poshmark because in no way I was panning all of these. So next we have the shade Luxury, and these are all like very gold, very bouge. They almost look like little buttons, but look at this red shade. You know that's going to be a strong contender to go on my face with this look. And then we have the shade Shine. Let's see. Okay, so this is a highlighter, I believe, and it looks a bit dark, but I think I'll be able to make it work, so I'm excited about that. And then we have the shade, you guys might be annoyed with me, but I'm enjoying opening every single one of these. Okay, this is Masterpiece, a pretty mauve, but a very deep, actually I would say this is more of a berry tone, so excited about that. And then the last one, this is way too fun for me. I'm so sorry if you're not as excited about this part of the video, but I love blush, so I'm all about this. Okay, this is Chic, and that's even brighter than the shade Luxury. So look at that. I think this one might be a little bit more coral, but I am so shocked because since when is Tarte going around making 2 different sets of blushes? Like, I was like, welcome to 2024 where Tarte is making multiple shades for different skin tones. It's like I've entered a different realm. So I need to try this out. I'm like so excited. So let's go ahead and put this shade. I think I grabbed Chic because this is a lighter shade. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. That is so pretty. And it's pigmented. Oh, how cute. That looks awesome. I think that this set is going to be a hit. Okay, I'm going to try out the highlighter as well. Let's see. Okay. It's pretty. It's like a, oh, that's pigmented. That just kind of took over that blush. I was like thinking like, oh, it's fine, it's subtle. Okay, that highlighter is so pigmented. I did already have bronzer on, so I was just testing out the blush and highlighter, but I feel like there is a lot of promise here. Okay, the next thing I got is the Gargoyle collection. So Unearthly kindly sent me the palette in PR, but I did choose to buy the rest of the collection. And so we do have 3 liquid lipsticks, so I thought it would be fun to try one of these shades out with this look today, because I honestly don't know when I'm going to get to post a video with the Gargoyle collection. I told you guys I would do a full video once I got everything else, so let's try out one of the lipsticks. So this is the liquid lipstick in Cathedral Rose, and I just feel like it's a good mid-tone rosy shade, so let's go ahead and apply it. I feel like it's been a hot second since I tried a Unearthly liquid lipstick, so I'm very excited. Ooh, this formula is intense. It definitely has a matte look to it, and it dries down, and whew, I feel very fall. I feel very fall with this lip and this eye look. So that was fun. I feel like I've been wearing a lot of like glossy lips, so I was caught off guard a little bit with how pigmented this lipstick is. Anyways, I'm gonna spray my face, do something with his hair, put on some earrings, and I'll be right back to show you guys the finished look so we can chat about all the new things I tested out today. Okay, friends, so here is the finished look. I am feeling so fall right now with the shirt and everything. I did just spend the afternoon at a orchard with the kids, so I wish I had had this makeup on, but I was definitely scrambling to get out of the house this morning, so I wasn't able to, but man, oh man, this is a great fall look. So let me go ahead and tell you really quick what else was on my face before I started playing with the makeup. So for bronzer today, we went with a completely different combo. I have on the Glossier. This is the Cloud Paint in the shade Swept. And this is the Butter Bronzer in the shade Deep Bronze from Physicians Formula. And then for foundation today, I am wearing the Tier foundation in the Red Compact. They just launched a dewy foundation as well as a color correcting foundation, and I did buy those just because I was so curious to see what the shades were like. So I bought this exact shade 33, except I bought it in the neutral, so we'll see how that looks on me. I was feeling like it was a little too light on me today, but I feel like it's probably going to be okay on camera. I'm still trying to figure out what the hype is with this foundation. I don't think it's like the best foundation ever, but it definitely gives a good like full coverage, flawless finish. So there is that, and it's a little bit crazy because it is a cushion foundation, so when you're putting it on, you really don't feel like you're picking up a lot of product, but still trying out the Tier. I will have the other 2 on my channel eventually as well, and then I just use the LYS concealer. So that is everything I used on my face today before I started up this video. Now let's go ahead and just break down some of the new things I tested out today. I will say I'm definitely still trying to figure out this powder. I always take forever to decide how I'm feeling about a powder because it's just a product for me that I don't use a ton of. I like to set under my eyes, and usually that's about it. Maybe a little bit on my forehead, a little bit around the mouth area. It just kind of depends. I'm also feeling like this isn't the best time to test out a powder because I'm going to take this makeup off in the next hour or so. So it's not going to be a wear test by any means. I really wanted to see how blurring it was under the eyes, and now that I've got all my makeup on and I'm just looking at myself in the mirror, I do feel like my under eyes look a lot better than before, but I don't know if I'm just distracted from the sparkly eyeshadow or what. But overall, we'll see. The jury's still out on this one. The next thing I want to talk about really quick is just the liquid lipsticks from Unearthly. I'm so excited. I thought the Gargoyle eyeshadow palette was so beautiful. It's so fun when they do these collections with a bunch of different stuff. So I still have the glosses and the liquid highlighters and everything that I want to play with, but the shade is so fun. It's definitely like a vampy fall shade, and I think it's beautiful. I definitely have loved liquid lipsticks even throughout the glossy lipstick phase. I still love a good liquid matte lipstick, and I think these are wonderful, and I think the packaging is really cute as well. So those are just my thoughts on that. I will say this little Tarte set is low-key the MVP. Now, did I need any more blushes? Absolutely not. But I couldn't help myself. The nostalgia definitely got me, and I just was so into these little blushes. Like, I feel like I'm not doing a good job of conveying how excited I was every holiday season to buy the little blush sets from Tarte. Like, I know there's videos on my channel of me hauling these. So the highlighter is actually really pretty as well. It really like melted into my skin, and it's super impactful. I was watching the footage back on my little viewfinder, and I was like, gosh, that highlighter actually looks really good. These blushes are super pigmented, so I definitely think this is for medium to deep skin tones, maybe even a little bit more on the deep side, less on the medium side, because I feel like this is definitely one of the more pigmented blushes I've tried in a long time, and I'm shocked that it's from Tarte. They also have so many sets for the holidays, so I feel like there's something for everyone. I saw they even had like a really cute set of their cream blushes and highlighters, and they also had like a fair light and a medium deep version, so I'm really happy that they're doing multiple skin tones. It's about time. And so it's kind of silly, I feel like, to applaud them for it. I'm not applauding them for it, but I'm definitely acknowledging that I appreciate that they're creating more colors. Now, as far as the Calevera palette from Gourmande Girls goes, I was a little nervous because it definitely has like those pastel-y shades, and I was like, okay, it's kind of a rainbow palette. There's a lot of shadows. Like I said, I'm pretty sure this is the biggest one I've seen them do. I don't know if they did this one in collaboration with Doodles by the Bunny, because I know she's worked on some of their palettes recently. I think she usually has her logo on the palette if she worked on it, but I think this is cool. It's definitely a bigger palette for Gourmande Girls, and it kind of has, I wouldn't say a chaotic layout, but it definitely has a lot of colors. So I feel like maybe this would be a great palette to start off with if you were unsure of which palette to go with as far as Gourmande Girls goes. I think it's a fun theme. I think it's perfect for the season we're in. You guys will have to let me know what your thoughts are, because I feel like I don't know a ton about the Day of the Dead, but I think this is fun. I love the colors. I love how this look turned out. It was so easy to do, and it just took a few different eyeshadows, so I feel like there's a lot of options here. I definitely would love to do like a blue look with this palette. Yeah, if you're looking for a fun palette, this one is going to be launching on Friday, like I said, at 10 a.m. Central Time. So definitely go ahead and put that in your calendar if you're interested in this one. Otherwise, you can always shop your stash as well. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me on this episode of Testing New Makeup. I always love hearing your guys' opinions on all the news, so definitely let me know what you're thinking about any of these products. Did you pick any of this up? I love hearing from y'all. Thank you so much for hanging with me throughout this video. As always, just want to remind you guys that watching this video all the way to the end is also supporting my channel, and I'm so appreciative. I do have my monthly giveaway linked down below if you guys are interested in entering, and I will see you in another video very soon. Bye!